Welcome. In this session, we will learn about polymorphism. So I'm in code editor and we will understand it with the help of an example. So first of all, I will go ahead and make a class named shape. So we have a class named shape and it will be parent class and we will derive a few classes from this class. In this class, I will make two variables. The first one will be width and I will initialize it with 0. And the second one will be height. And I will also initialize it with 0. After this, I will have a function named area in this class. So area, and I will print on screen that this is parent class area. So I will go ahead and make another class here named rectangle. This class will be inherited from our shape class. So I will have rectangle class and it will inherit from our shape class. I will have a constructor in this class that will initialize these values width and height with the values that user provide us. So let's make a constructor here, and in this constructor I will get two values, w for width and h for height. So I will do self.width. I will put it equal to w, that will be the value from user, and next self.height is equals to h, height. So rectangle is our derived class. Now I will go ahead and make an object of this rectangle class. So rectangle with lowercase r is our object and I will put it equal to rectangle. Now we have to provide two values here because we have to set the width and height. I will say 10 and 20. So these are the two values. Now I will call this area function on my rectangle object. So rectangle.area. As we know that due to inheritance, all these properties and functions are already inside of our rectangle class. So rectangle class has this function named area due to inheritance. I will go ahead and run this and we will see in the output, as you can see, it says parent class area. So it printed this value parent class area, which was in shape class, and it was inherited in rectangle class. Now what we need to do here is the rectangle class has a different formula for calculating area. So we cannot use this parent class area which says parent class area here. So what I will do here is I will redefine this function in my rectangle class, and this is called overriding a function. Because we know that due to inheritance this function was already in a rectangle class, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to define it again. So area, in the body of this function I can print area of rectangle is, now this will print the area of rectangle. For that we have to calculate it, and how we can calculate its width into height will give us area of this rectangle. So I will just perform that here, dot width into self dot height. So by multiplying these two values I will get area of rectangle. So it will print this one here. Now I will go ahead and run this again. As you can see, now it says area of rectangle is 200, that is 10 into 20. So it has ignored this function for our rectangle class. It has not called the parent class function. So why is that? Because we are overriding this function. We are defining it again. This is called overriding a function. The function area was already in base class, but we redefined it. We have overridden this function here, depending upon our requirement. So now I will go ahead and make another class named triangle. It will also be inherited from our shape class. So we have a triangle class here. I will just copy this constructor here because it will also be setting these values for width and height. After that, I will again override this function area in this class as well. So area, and I will say print, it will say area of triangle is Now we are going to print the area of triangle, so we have to apply formula for triangle, and that is base into height divided by 2. So we will take width as a base and height as a height of triangle. So what I will do, I will write a formula that self dot width into height. So now here width is the base of our triangle and height is height, and I will divide, first of all it will multiply these two values and then I will divide it by 2. So this will give us area of triangle. Now we have two classes, rectangle and triangle, that are inherited from our shape class. So now I will make an object of triangle class. Triangle is equals to triangle. Now I have to provide these two values, and that can be of our choice. Let's say 2 and 10. So base is 2 and height is 10. Now I will also print area of triangle. So triangle dot area. Now it is not supposed to call this shape class area function, and it is supposed to call this area function which we have in triangle. So we have overridden this area function in our both classes, rectangle and triangle, depending upon their requirement, because rectangle has different method for calculating area and triangle has different. So I will run this again and we will see in the output. As you can see, it says area of rectangle is 200 and area of triangle is 10. As it multiplied 10 with 2, that is 20, and then divided it by 2, so it gave us 10. So this is how polymorphism is done, that depending upon our requirement we override the function of our base class. Suppose if we have a car class there and we drive two classes from it, that is Honda and Toyota, so they have different method of acceleration, like they cannot have same acceleration type, so there needs to be something different in both the functions of acceleration for our other classes. So this concept is very important, polymorphism, that we have different forms of this function area in our derived classes, and we can have it in different other classes as well. So this is of core importance in object-oriented programming. So that's all from this session.